what's the biggest breakthrough in property investing or property sourcing that you've had, and how did you discover it?
I think my biggest breakthrough was coming across a strategy that appealed to me. I could see that it would work. It would work in Bristol. It would work with rental yields, and I saw lots of benefits in it. And that was when I came across a strategy which involves housing allowance tenants and taking a very normal 2 or 3 bed house and putting 2 tenants in, but having them on separate claims. So each of those tenants would have 2 rooms to themselves, which meant that they were entitled to the 1-bedroom rate. So typically, a property that I was previously getting maybe £650 a month as a normal single let, I was suddenly upping the rent to just shy of £1,000 a month. Wow. So that massively increased the rental yields, increased the profit, and it really kind of turbocharged what I was doing. And also, for me, it was I enjoyed doing that because I felt that housing allowance tenants isn't everyone's cup of tea, but if you learn how to do it and do it well and do it properly and get a system around it, it can actually provide really, really good dividends. And for me, I felt like it was doing a little bit of good in the city, and it was helping out people that didn't really have much of a break. And it's led to working with lots of really great charities within Bristol. And it's that old win-win situation. Everyone's getting something back from it.
And how did you find out about this LHA rent-to-rent strategy?
Okay, well, this was many moons ago when I was on the Property Mastermind course, a year-long course. It wasn't actually through that; it was through someone who was on the course. So this is the power of networking, of course. It's who you know, isn't it? Who got involved in what's called the LHA network at the time. So this was back in 2000. Back in 2008, 2009. So there were very few people who were party to this knowledge. Not many people did anything with it. There were several people, a guy called Mike Frisbee, some people may have heard of, who went off and did it down in Portsmouth, and he's done that very successfully. I decided to come up and do it in Bristol. So the only thing then was that we knew the principle of how to do it, or rather we learned the principle of how it worked, but not actually all the nuts and bolts and the mechanics of how to do it. So I had to learn that for myself, and I had a pretty torrid first year where I made lots of mistakes, but really just kind of learned by doing it. These days I think it's a lot easier. I think there's a lot more courses, a lot more you can learn from other people, and I would recommend doing that just to save making the same mistakes yourself.
And again, this is one of the things that leads us on to the next question, which is,